Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 4, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 2 of The Flash Season 4, otherwise entitled Mixed Signals. Now, there is actually two trailers to play. They released them, so we're actually going to go through both of them. So yeah, let's watch them both back to back right now.
Come, gather round, class. I've built in self-repairing armor, nano-liquid circuitry, full-spectrum scanning, and a bunch of other big words.
What else does it do?
Well, lucky for you, I wrote you an instruction manual.
Yay!
I'll look at this later. Guys, the suit's freaking out!
Get it off!
I can't get it off!
What the hell does he need a rasp for, Cisco?
He runs on water! It seemed like a smart idea at the time.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So, Barry, why do you think Iris wanted you two to see me today?
Well, we recently started working together.
You canceled training the other day without asking me.
Training?
Swimming.
Marathon.
It's a triathlon.
We're not on the same page. People could die, like if they crashed into a brick wall going 100 miles per hour. Metaphorically.
The weight of the whole city falls on my shoulders. I'm the Flash.
You are not the Flash, Barry. We are.
I trust you, Iris.
Then run, Barry. Run.
Hey, look, it's a Flash!
If I were you, I would start running.
I gotta go.
You're gonna write down that he ran out of here, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
The Flash, Tuesdays at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So they were both pretty funny trailers, which does seem to sum up what they appear to be going for this season of The Flash, at least early on. Sort of back to that Season 1 tone where the show was fine, which has sort of gone away from the show, especially throughout Season 3. Like, Season 2 still had its fun moments along with the dark moments, but Season 3, that sort of fun aspect of The Flash, wasn't really that present as much. In the opening episode of Season 4, I do feel they set a pretty good base for the rest of the season to sort of build off, which is pretty exciting. The reveal of the Thinker in the closing portion was awesome, and the effects of Barry's time in this Speed Force do grab my interest as we move further into the season. Now, some of you would know, please leave questions in the comment section down below regarding the episode 1 of The Flash, as well as the ongoing season 2 that we're going to have this week, and that the trailer we're going to go over in a second. So yeah, leave any questions regarding that, and they could make the big Q&A on Mondays Australian time. Now, we will be going through the synopsis for this episode first, just to give you a brief outline on some things that aren't really focused on too much. But obviously, before we do that, if you want to leave a like on the video to show your support, it'd be awesome. And also, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Barry has his hands full when he takes on a dangerous meta who can control technology, while also confronting an obstacle in his personal life, the ramifications of abandoning Iris for 6 months to balance the Speed Force. Meanwhile, Gypsy breaches in for a hot date with Cisco, but she gets annoyed when his work keeps them apart. So it's pretty handy that we went over that synopsis, as there is some stuff revealed in that is not present throughout the actual trailer itself. So yeah, it's actually handy that we went through that. So to start off the trailer breakdowns, we have Cisco herding in the Star Labs crew to have a closer look and inspection of the new suit that we saw Barry use for the first time towards the end of episode 1 of season 4. Now, this isn't just so Cisco can have his intellectual ego stroked. There is a real reason for this meeting, and that is just bringing, attention to all the technological advancements in this new suit. Right here, we can see the control panel for the new suit and all of its fancy upgrades. One of the upgrades is this spectrum scanning, which gives the Flash suit some yellow goggles of sorts, which would also be pretty damn handy when it is raining or really dusty. Barry must have been suffering with that, with those issues all the time since season 1. You can see them scanning Wally West at first, and then us seeing Team Flash writer Cisco gives Barry some homework in the form of the suit's manual, which obviously looks incredibly interesting. Now, I know one of the big comparisons with this suit is going to be to Spider-Man Homecoming, which I'm not surprised it is being compared to, because even when I saw it for the first time, that was one of the first things that popped into my head. Spider-Man Homecoming and the new Spider-Man suit. But obviously, if you remember back to the synopsis for episode 2, the antagonist for this episode will have the ability to control technology, which of course is now infused pretty damn heavily with the new Flash suit, which doesn't sound like it would, end very well normally. And as we can see here, we have Barry being thrown around like a rag doll thanks to the suit, and also we also see Barry's suit sort of puff up into a flotation device of some sort, just in case like Barry is randomly stranded in the middle of the ocean. As Cisco does say, at the time it just seemed like a good idea, so why not go with it? Which I'll let you guys decide if that is correct or not. Like, was Cisco thinking clearly then? Just let me know. Throughout the history of the Flash character, there have been a few instances where the Flash gets a bit more round, you could say. The most well known would be the iteration simply called the Fat Flash, I think it was. So this suit in general that we are going to be seeing in this episode could just be a nod to that stuff in the comics, or at the point that this suit sort of puffs up into a flotation device, because I think that's what they're like attempting sort of to go for. Another thing that some of you may noticed is that right here Barry is actually using a payphone while appearing to struggle with his suit. So obviously Barry's communications with Team Flash have been destroyed essentially, and he has to resort to bringing them through a payphone, which I do think will be a pretty damn funny moment throughout the episode. Jumping into stuff from the second trailer, which was called simply like Therapy. In episode 2, Barry and Iris will be going to couples therapy to sort out all of the issues with their relationship that it has currently, which was sort of hinted at in the synopsis. Obviously, it is going to be hard to express to their therapist how they are feeling without giving away what goes on at Star Labs and that Barry is in fact the Flash, so we do get a few examples of them sort of, stepping around the questions a bit throughout the trailer. We also got this part in the trailer, which I thought was pretty random. That's Barry imitating the iconic scene from Risky Business, which is then followed up by Barry sort of being the life of the party at a bar. So we're sort of getting a more chilled out, relaxed Barry out of the Speed Force. Like, he's still going to be the Barry that we sort of knew, but he's just going to be a bit more chilled out by the looks of it. And I think this whole episode in general could be pretty damn funny. We do see Barry here as the Flash being attacked by a mummy, which I thought was just incredibly random. Like, I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's just out of the blue, like pretty damn random. There is footage from episode 3 and onwards throughout this therapy trailer, so it is hard to tell if this is in episode 2, where we could have Ramsey Deacon, the meta who can control technology, and who also could possibly be controlling some mechanical puppets in a display of some sort. I'm not too sure where this is actually set, like the context of it, but it could possibly be from episode 2, but it's most likely from another episode after that. Right here we have some protesters and they look pretty upset, but if you look here you can actually see that one of the picket signs reads Star Labs equals death. And there is also one right back here which does appear to have someone's face on it that is being like crossed out, and that does appear to be a version of Harrison Wells just going off the bottom half. Now, going by the lighting and the look of this shot, it doesn't look like this is on Earth 1. It possibly could be like in some weird location, but to me it doesn't look like it's on Earth 1. It could possibly be on Earth 2 and our friend gets himself into a bit of a pickle. But it could be any other Earth. It just doesn't seem to be on Earth 1 in my opinion. This could be how we get the new Harrison Wells for the season, like the version that is, connected to this Star Labs that seems to be protested against. I wonder what he must have done to get in this predicament though, because even like Earth 1 Harrison Wells was sort of like not liked that much in the public, but he wasn't at this stage with all this protest and stuff going on. So yeah, I wonder what he did. And this is Barry catching a bullet from the antagonist of episode 2, Ramsey Deacon. So this is like the only look at him I think we get. So this is the dude that's going to be able to control technology in episode 2 and starts messing with the Flash suit. We also do get our first proper look at Breacher, who was Gypsy's father from Earth 19, who was actually played by the legendary and like cultural or cult icon in the form of Danny Trejo, and we get like a great example of what I would want from his character in however many episodes he is in, and that is when Breacher is basically just playing with Cisco in a not funny way. Like, he's sort of torturing him verbally, and I'm pretty sure Cisco is not that confident in what's going down at that time. Hopefully there is a decent amount of scenes like that. We also do get another look at the Thinker, who I think it's the same shot from episode 1, but as I said, he looks pretty damn awesome nonetheless. I'm just loving how they design not only his look, but also his surrounding environment. I thought it looked really cool and definitely fit the character for what they're going with on the show. So I'm excited to see what they do with him going forward. We do get the return of Harry Wells from Earth 2. This is actually in episode 3, and it's otherwise entitled Luck Be a Lady. And it will be focused around this meta here, who's called Becky, but otherwise known in the comics as Hazard, who essentially has the ability to give others bad luck and then use, that to her advantage. The Flash has stopped her inside that casino by the looks of it here, where I'm sure she would be taking full advantage on what there is on offer there. And we finish off this therapy trailer in the second trailer of this big trailer breakdown, if you want to call it, with Iris and Barry looking to be in a wedding rehearsal as both bride and groom. So obviously this trailer shows these two in disarray at the beginning of the trailer, going to therapy, and then they contrast that to the ending of the trailer where we have the end goal for these two, And we do know that Barry and Iris will be getting married in the crossover this year, so it will only be rehearsals like this that we see in the Flash episodes with the actual wedding ceremony at some point in the crossover, most likely at the end or the last episode of the crossover. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like on the video to show your support for the video and the channel as a whole. Be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what are your thoughts on the trailer. Leave any questions from either episode 1 or stuff on this episode 2 trailer in the comment section down below, and you could appear on the big Q&A video that I'm going to be doing. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.